If you have ever watched a ship arrive at Port Taranaki, you would have seen that the port sends out its own pilots to bring them in. That's because you need people at the helm of the visiting ship who really know the harbour. Today we are on board the Westgate Rescue launch, taking pilots out to a tanker that isn't coming into port, but instead will take oil off the AWE FPSO in the Tui oil field. The FPSO is a floating oil production vessel. It collects oil from underwater reservoirs and processes it on board. The tanker will come alongside and connect to the FPSO by a floating umbilical cord which will transfer oil from one vessel to the other. Even though neither ship is in Port Taranaki, specialist pilots must still bring the tanker in for the transfer. And the way the pilots get on board the ship is by getting off this little vessel onto this much bigger one. Making sure the operation goes smoothly is Launch Master John Taipari.
I think the biggest challenge is the ones that are new to the job and struggle to sort of get their timing right to get onto the ship, because this one moves around a lot.
As he approaches the bigger ship, he has to match the speed of it to make a safe transfer. The ship creates calm water for the launch on the side that the men have to climb up. And yes, that is basically a rope ladder.
We just positioned the ship, told the master, gave him a heading, the good lee, so it's nice and flat down the side.
Here the hard work begins for John.
We try and get them down to about 6 knots, or up to 6 knots, whichever their speed they're at. Otherwise, this vessel itself will start listing right over. The water tends to push us right over to one side if we're up above the 7 knot mark. So we'll keep it down below 6. That'll keep the boat above the level line, as it were.
These guys make it seem easy as the launch comes alongside, ready for the pilots to climb aboard. For Captain Jag, it is all about timing, and when the moment is right, it seems a ridiculously simple task to move from the launch to the ship. For his colleague, Captain Achil, it takes a few extra moments before the conditions are just right, and then he too makes it look easy. Thanks to the professionalism and skill of John and Terry, the job is completed safely. Terry transfers the pilot's bags and some documents via rope, and their job is done. On some shifts, John and Terry can do up to 28 movements at all times of the day and night. So it is just as well they both love the sea.